Thực ra thì chúng ta đây là hiệu ứng cộng hưởng. Bạn phải nghĩ rằng là có chúng tôi vào, các bạn sẽ không phải là như kế hoạch ban đầu của bạn nữa. 13, 15, 18 đấy là khi không có chúng tôi, đúng không? Có chúng tôi vào, các bạn phải nhân 3, nhân 5, nhân 10 cái kế hoạch ban đầu này. Những năm sau phải tăng tốc độ nhà cao hơn 50% một năm và đạt đến hàng trăm tỷ ngay trong vòng 5 năm sau. Chứ có 18 tỷ bình thường quá. Làm đầu tư mà 4 năm mới lên được 18 tỷ, hẻo quá.
Thì đúng là em chưa có bỏ nhiều, nhưng mà em bỏ cả tuổi thanh xuân của em cho cái công ty này luôn rồi.
Tuổi thanh xuân của bạn mới có 20 mấy năm, đúng không? Và chúng tôi không những là bỏ tuổi thanh xuân, còn cả tuổi trung niên của chúng tôi nữa, đúng không? Để tích lũy được bằng này kinh nghiệm thương trường, bây giờ bỏ vào cho bạn.
Thôi vậy chúng ta flexible một tí nha. Hay là mình 40% đi vậy. Chúng ta
Okay.
flexible một tí, 40 đi, 40%.
Nếu được thì 3 tỷ cho 35%.
No. Về cái EIY thì đúng là đây là một cái vấn đề mà bản thân cá nhân tôi cũng đang có vấn đề. Tức là nói tiếng Anh làm sao để là nó ấn tượng và thuyết trình trước công chúng tốt. Tôi thì không gặp phải vấn đề gì về nỗi sợ khi đứng thuyết trình. Thế nhưng mà thực ra là tiếng Anh mà nếu mà luyện mà để cho nó thoải mái, nói chuyện một cách thoải mái thì cũng rất cần phải được nâng cao. Thế thì ở đây là một công đôi việc. Tôi rất thích cái xu hướng mà dạy tiếng Anh theo một cái mục tiêu cụ thể. Ví dụ như là tiếng Anh trong cái lĩnh vực về hướng dẫn du lịch, hay là tiếng Anh trong lĩnh vực về làm một cái việc gì đó bằng tiếng Anh. Thế là một công đôi việc, chúng ta vừa học được cái kiến thức đó, đồng thời là chúng ta lại luyện được tiếng Anh nữa. Thế cho nên là cái mô hình này là mô hình tôi rất là hứng thú, và đặc biệt là cái bạn startup đúng là đầy năng lượng, đầy nhiệt huyết. Thì tôi thấy là cũng là mô hình rất là hay. Hiệu ứng cộng hưởng rất là mạnh. Trong cái lĩnh vực về tiếng Anh thì Sharklink chắc chắn là một lợi thế rất lớn để làm KOL cho bạn. Tầm ảnh hưởng với các bạn trẻ thì tôi tin rằng là tôi có một cái lượng người quan tâm rất lớn. Chỉ cần cái mỗi lớp là được ít phút giao lưu với cả Sharklink, hoặc là Sharklink thuyết trình mẫu vài phút thôi thì nó đã hấp dẫn kinh khủng rồi, đúng không?
Dạ vâng, em đồng ý cho 3 tỷ 40% ạ.
Yes.
Ok.
Rồi, chúc mừng em.
Dạ em cảm ơn.
Sharklink đưa ra con số là cực kỳ chính xác so với lại những cái tính toán ban đầu của tôi, và chúng tôi đã quyết định là bắt tay cùng với nhau. Và Sharklink thì chắc mọi người đều biết rằng là cổ từ Mỹ về, cho nên là cũng sẽ bản thân Sharklink cũng đã là một KOL và cũng có thể là một người mentor hoặc là coaching rất tốt cho các cái khóa học của TML. Cái startup này thì quả thực là cũng khó có thể là đột biến hay bùng nổ gì về doanh số được, nhưng mà nó sẽ khá là phát triển bền vững, ổn định và nó mang lại lợi ích cho cộng đồng. Tôi thì cũng mong thêm một cái nữa là có thể đưa vào trong hệ sinh thái của tôi, vì tôi có một học viện là Sen Academy do tôi làm chủ tịch, thì đang đào tạo huấn luyện các cái kỹ năng, trong đó có kỹ năng về thuyết trình và tiếng Anh cho các cái nhân viên mà làm nhiệm vụ là thuyết trình và giới thiệu các dự án bất động sản. Tôi rất thiếu cái lực lượng này, và ngoài cái chuyện là một nhà đầu tư thì tôi cũng sẽ trở thành một khách hàng cho cái bạn startup này.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I, Bunan, would love to send a warm welcome and thank you to all judges, guest speakers, parents, and our talented contestants. And congratulations to the top 10 contestants who remarkably passed 2 tough rounds, with the evaluation of judges to be here to be the part of the most important and interesting round, the grand final round. The Greatest Orator, the virtual public speaking contest organized by EIY Public Speaking and Professional Development, has received enthusiastic responses from many contestants over Vietnam. So let's watch a video about EIY.
We are using public speaking all the time. Your boss turns to you in a team meeting and asks for your project update. That is public speaking. You are pitching yourself to a potential client. That is public speaking. You have a brilliant idea and you want to convince your team members. That is public speaking. No matter what you do, you all use public speaking. Why should one thing, communication fear, hinder so many of us from achieving what we deserve? This trouble has been struggling me so much for years. After working in multinational corporations, I just realized that there are so many talented managers and high-level corporate professionals. They have so many great ideas to share with other people, but just because they are so afraid of public speaking, so that's why that they cannot speak their idea confidently and persuasively. I'm going to instruct you. Why are you afraid of public speaking? I have a philosophy that public speaking is not only about standing on the stage and share with other people, but it's more about self-awareness, self-understanding, self-acceptance, self-confidence, and also self-validation. You are going to learn how to organize your speech, how to project a confident body language, how to use an impactful voice, and how you can speak persuasively and inspirationally in the pitching event, in the networking activity, in the interview, in your elevator pitch, or even in your team meetings. There are times I'm so frightened on stage, but I ask myself, why should I allow fears to keep me from achieving higher results in my career? You are looking at your next milestone presentation and ask yourself, how are you going to get there? The secret to getting ahead is to get started. Now let's get started. My name is Lang Anh Nguyễn. Welcome you to EIY Public Speaking class.
Now, before the event starts, it's my honor to introduce our special guest who will be jury today with Ms. Langan, Mr. Dave M. Ross, World Champion of Public Speaking, and Mr. Jason O'Brien, Regional Director of a company and also have experiences in public speaking. So, Mr. Jason, why do you agree to be with us today? And how do you feel today to join us?
Xin chào. Thank you for inviting me. I have been out of Vietnam for over a year now because of the pandemic, but I just really love to be able to give some appreciation and time for all of these young speakers that we are developing in EIY. Thank you and all the best to the contestants for today.
Thank you, Mr. Jason. And Mr. Dave, what is your message that you want to share with our participants today?
Well, what I'd like to share with them is, first of all, do your best and have fun. Public speaking is something that you can really get into and enjoy. It can take you great places. If I can, I have a story about three communicators. And these stories are mostly true, but I think it'll talk about communicating. The first communicator I want to mention is my cat. My cat communicates with me perfectly. Whenever she wants to eat and she doesn't think there's enough food in her bowl, she lets me know. Whenever she wants to go out, she lets me know. Whenever she wants to come in, she lets me know. And I understand that message. And when it's time for her to be cuddled and loved, she lets me know when that happens too. She is perfect in her communication. Now, I want to talk about two other communicators. They had a little struggle in their communication skills. And I don't mean this to diminish either presenter, but I want to point something out. The first presenter delivered a speech that I had never heard before. I had never heard that type of speech before. Because she represented to me at that time a lifestyle that I was totally unfamiliar with. And to tell you the truth, I had negative thoughts about her from the beginning. But by the end of her speech, I had changed my mind. I had seen her in a totally different light and realized her message of acceptance was something that I should accept myself. She gave a brilliant speech because she connected with her audience, she understood her audience, and she delivered a message. Although it would have been challenging and difficult, she delivered a message that had the right effect. Much like my cat. She had a message, she let me know, and I understood. Now, the second speaker, again, I don't mean to diminish him at all, but it is important to realize he may not have been as successful. But essentially, he was giving the same type of speech. He did some things that I thought were very clever. At the beginning of the speech, he appeared with a big sack, and he just put it down next to him. I thought that was very clever because it created interest and excitement. What could be in that sack? His appearance was a little odd. Now, I come from California, I live in the West, and I'm used to seeing cowboys. But I'm not used to seeing somebody who looks more like a cowboy give a speech. So that was a little different. And he had that cowboy smile of certainty and confidence about him, which I immediately thought was disarming. Those were two good moves, his smile and the sack. His appearance created a little more controversy, and I leaned forward to hear his speech. His speech was about acceptance, about not judging things before you fully understood things. Essentially, the same type of speech that I heard before. I said, well, this could be good. And then he said, for instance, he reached down, picked up his sack, put it in his hand, and he pulled out a snake. And when he put the snake in front of the audience, I watched the front row cringe in fear. Now, I happen to like snakes, and I knew that snake was basically harmless. But the people in the front row didn't seem to know or care. Now, the next thing that happened was very unfortunate. Because in a brief moment, he lost control and sneezed and dropped the snake. At that point, the first two rows of audience left the room as the snake slithered on the floor. He lost total control, and he only could say was, oh no, as he scrambled around trying to grab the snake and put it back in the sack. Now, there are a couple things. He didn't understand the audience. He understood his message. And his message would have been something like, you might regard the snake as something ugly or vile or dangerous, but in reality, it's neither of those. And he had a good message to give. But he didn't know how to connect with his audience. Instead, he scared them. And in addition to that, he didn't plan for the accident, the unthinkable. Things go wrong all the time. He never thought the snake would leave his hand, and he never thought the entire, or at least half of the audience, would be scared by it. He didn't prepare well. And perhaps he could have thought this out a little better. Perhaps rather than a real snake, a picture of a snake. Or perhaps even talking about a snake. Or perhaps just say reptile creature so people wouldn't be afraid. The point is, how you say your message is every bit as important as what your message is. Now, I started public speaking about the same age as many of these young competitors. And I think it's wonderful that you're getting started now, but realize that this can be and should be a lifelong journey of public speaking. Always remember the three communicators, my cat who does it perfectly. She knows her audience, she knows what she wants, she communicates her message, and her audience understands. Learn from the woman who gave a very difficult message and won over her audience because she knew her audience and knew how to convey that message in a way that was be accepted. And learn from the mistakes of others. And if you don't control those things that could be out of your control, if you don't know your audience well, your very valuable message could be lost in a panic. The final story I'll share is about competing in a speech contest. Let me share this. I competed in a lot of speech contests over many years. And the truth be known, I did not win most of them. But the truth be known more completely is I really won in every single one of them. Because whether I was selected as number one, a finalist, or not at all, I learned. I heard other great speakers, and I grew. This is an opportunity for everyone here who competes to grow. So grow, learn, and remember, never put a snake in a bag. Back to you, Matt Magazine.
Thank you so much for your stories and your impressive messages to our participants today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to officially start the grand final round of the Greatest Orator. Let me introduce the instruction of this round. We will have 10 numbers equivalent to 10 questions. Each contestant will pick a number to receive an impromptu question and deliver a 2-minute speech to answer the question without any preparation. If contestants speak more than 2.5 minutes or less than 1 minute, you will be disqualified. Our contestant orders will be held in alphabet order. Does anyone have any question about this instruction? If not, the final round will officially start. So, please welcome our first contestant, Đoàn Vân Anh, to receive her question.
So I have to pick a number.
Yes, you have to pick a number.
Number 7.
Okay, number 7. Let's see what is the question here. Your question is, why do we sometimes think we are right, even if we are wrong? Are you ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Good morning, judges and all our fellow contestants today. My question is that why do we sometimes think we are right even if we are wrong? First of all, the reason is that we perceive ourselves as superior to the situations. So we think that we are always right, and we think that, oh, we're not wrong at all time because we have knowledge, and then we have our perception and stereotype. The second reason for that is the environment surrounding us. So like for a younger child, they think they are right because their parents act as they are right. Their parents act that, oh, you're not wrong, honey, you're right. So the environment affects them to think that they are not wrong. And the final one is that the software environment is that they are really hard to change their mind. They are kind of like conservative to change their mind. So they think that they are right at all time, and they do not have to change to realize that they're wrong, and it is challenging for them to to hear the feedback from the others, and then kind of like plan a way to change. So overall, there are three reasons for these questions. The first one is that the environment around surrounding a person. The second one is that they're conservative, and the final one is that they're limited knowledge. Thank you. Oh, I think you're unmuted.
Sorry. So thank you. Congratulations for your speech. And now, please welcome our second contestant on the virtual stage, Tống Nguyễn Hà Duy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. So what's
do
your
I,
number?
let's go with the first one.
Okay. Let's see what you got. Please wait a bit. Here. Your question is, what is the purpose of your life? Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Okay. Your time start now.
So, what is the purpose of life? It depends on your perspective. Some people think that the purpose of life is to make money and relax when you're old. But some others think that money are not important. They just want to be happy. I agree with the second opinion because life is to enjoy, is to live. You have to think in the moment, not prepare for the future. Like if you prepare for the future all the time, like you can't enjoy life. Life is meaningless. Uh, so with the first opinion, some people think that the purpose of life is to make money. Well, money is just a bunch of paper. They're worthless and they're valuable because people make them valuable. It's funny how that works, but yeah, so uh, the main purpose of life is to enjoy life, be happy, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. Thank you for your speech. And welcome the next contestant to receive her question, Kim Linh Đan.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
So I wanted to choose the fourth question, please.
The fourth question? Okay. Let's see what you got here. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Do you interpret this quote?
Can I have a quick question? What does interpret means?
Like how do you see this? How do you translate this quote, and how do you see this quote as your perspective or your expect?
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Life is what happens when you are busy making plans. Is a quote by John something. Well, I think that I don't really agree with this quote because life is when there's many different events that happen, and it can be unexpected or you plan, but when you're busy making plans, it just means that you just wasting a little bit of your time just to making those, and because of that you don't clearly enjoying yourself at all. Like for example, you're busy making plans for your study and you're busy making them and you miss the time that you will you miss the time that you can spend with other things, and I don't think that it is the meaning of life at all. Life is when you can fully enjoy yourself and to do what you want, and you make it as valuable as possible so that you don't regret it in the afterlife. I heard a song by Avicii that he said that once one day my father he told me, son, don't let your sleep away because life is so live a life that you won't regret. So I think that life happens live so, and we're busy making plans so other things doesn't happen, so I don't agree with this call at all. Yes, thank you. Miss, I think you are muted.
Oh, sorry, so sorry. Thank you and congratulations on your speech. And next up, please welcome our youngest contestant, 9-year-old Yoon Phước Nam Hưng.
Hi, I would like to pick question number 8.
Okay, please wait a bit. Let's see what you
Yeah.
got. Um, okay. How are you planning for an uncertain future?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
So, hi, my name is Henry, and about that question, I think that let's talk about the uncertain future first. Because for an uncertain future, I think that you don't sure about what you're gonna do. Like okay, you choose to make something new, you choose to be an inventor. But then halfway through, you choose to be an engineer. So that is an uncertain future. So my plan for the uncertain future is that to be an astronaut because well, I grew up loving space, so I want to be an astronaut. But that is really uncertain. It's because an astronaut, as you know, is really hard to make because I need to be an American. If I want to work at NASA first, I need to be an American. I need to be having a career in STEM, in the STEM field, any type, for at least 3 years. I need to have bachelor at least for another STEM field. I need to have at least 90 hours flying in the sky, and I know how to construct a plane, how to move a plane, and how to act in emergencies. Like when you're out in space, the engine shut off, how do you fix it? How do you make it work? So that is my plan. But I know it's really hard, so I think I might change. I may not change. So that I think it will be it for mine. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And I wish you best of luck on your astronaut journey. And next up, please welcome our fifth contestant to receive her questions, Kiều Tú Linh.
Hi. I would like to answer question number 5.
Okay. Here is your question. If you had a chance to live until the year of 2050, what would be a message you might say to your previous generation? Are you ready now?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, your time starts now.
Um, First of all, I would like to say hello to the judges and contestants. I'm very glad that I can be in this grand final round. Um, so, for the question, I think that if I could, like live until the year 2050, I would warn the previous generation to try and save the earth, because right now our world is crumbling apart. And what I mean is there's a lot of pollution and things are falling apart. So I think that to make this world better, I would warn the previous generation to try save the earth and try to make the world better by helping it instead of destroying it. Uh, and I think that's it for my speech.
Thank you and congratulations on finishing your speech. Now, next up, please welcome Vương Huân Phương Mai to receive your question.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, how do you feel today?
Nice and just so excited for the speech.
Okay, so what number do you want to choose?
I'll choose number 4.
Okay, number 4.
Sorry, Phương Mai, number 4 already chosen by Linh Đan. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember like which one is now chosen.
In the chat box, we have the numbers that has chosen already.
Okay. Can it be number... Wait. 6?
Number 6 is already chosen.
What? No, have not.
No,
oh
not
yeah, okay. Number 6.
Come
sorry,
on.
so sorry. I forgot that Kim Min Dang chose number 7. Okay. Number 6. Here you go.
Okay.
What is the most important skill you believe your generation should acquire?
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you think of the future, have you ever feeling a very big confusions, a very deep confusion when you're thinking about after graduation, what will you do? What will the future be like? And who needs you in the future? And yes, that was I feeling right now. And I mean like all of you should have feeling. The life has changed and also at the social. People a requirement have a lot of requirements for a specific human on like a specific objects like human like us on the society, like they want us to, for example, doing a specific jobs, having a specific skill or getting some kind of knowledge in our school times, and that kind of pressure coming from the societies are keeping increase every daily life. When you are going to school in the past, we just have to study, for example, 30 subjects in like 12 school years, but over time right now when you are at school you have studied more and more subjects, economics, soft skills, and a lot more. And that what teachers that the life have changed and people have to gaining a lot of skill. Now which one was the most important thing and which one should we be focused on it? Then think about yourself. What skill do yourself need right now and what do you guys have to improve? It is depend on what kind of people we want to do in the future. We want to become, for example, we want to become a doctor, then we need to improve in our investigation skill. We want to become a leader, then we should improve in our management skill. And that's completely depend on who you are and what you're gonna do and what you expect yourself to be. So besides from expecting what kind of skills so the young, the teenager, the generation below me gonna get, the most like want the most like curious question that I want to ask them, not just about the skill. It's about who they are and what kind of people they want to be in the future. Maybe who can ask like what kind of people gonna change in the future? What's the society gonna change? Maybe people gonna bend toward the technology side. Maybe they're gonna do some jobs about the society. Who know? But the most important thing is to verify who you are, what you like to do, or what you want to become of the best version of yourself. And that is how you want to find yourself. Thank you.
Congratulations! You had such an enthusiastic speech. And now, please welcome Le Fung-yi to receive her question.
Choose number 9, please. Thank you.
Oh, wait. Here's your question. What should we do when climate change feels unstoppable? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, your time starts now.
In every second has passed, an iceberg fell from North Antarctica or South Antarctica. And it is the biggest question for our future and right now generation to face is to protect the earth. Protect the earth. Right now we're being able to every time this is our economy, the environment. Every time a band has strokes, a factory or a carbon release has been affected not only the environment around us but also the people, the human, our future being. And once the pen has filled up its paper, the environment will be unstoppable. But we take place as the eraser who corrects the pen, who erase off the marks of the pen. And we as a future generation and a big community has our part in taking has our role to do in all the actions that may stop the earth. And well, when the earth is unstoppable, the environment is not unstoppable. It's just that we haven't taken enough effort and enough collaboration in order to stop these issues. And it's that to turn this paper back into the white earth we knew again, the green earth that we knew. We need a power of the community. We need the power of reunion, and we need the power of the future and right now generation to be able to recover our earth, our home, and each one of us has the role in order to make this turn the unstoppable to the stoppable and possible. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. We should have power for our future. Yes. And your speech was nice. Congratulations. Next up, please welcome Đỗ Ngọc Nam Phương to receive your question.
Hi, I think I'll take question number 2.
Okay, number 2. Here is your question. Stop networking, start connecting. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Okay, in this generation, when networking is very important and it is like glamorized in every aspect of life, people say that okay, you must network in order to make good connections to people, or you need to network so you have the priorities to yourself, you have people to help you. But what people is misunderstanding is that networking is different from connecting. So networking meaning that you go out and meet a lot of people, whilst connecting means that you have that link between one people to another. That means that you really understand and empathize with each other. So right now especially with the young generation. There, I see a lot of cases where people just go make friends, but they talk behind each other backs, and they are proud that they have so many connections out there. But what they don't know is, what if they fail someday, and are that friends willing to help you out, or willing to go with you through that hard times? So I believe that we should stop glamorizing networking, but otherwise we should invest in each one of our connection, each one of our relationship, so our relationship with friends, with families, or with our coworkers or classmates could be more high quality. And I guarantee you that one good friend is more than enough, and it is more than 10 10 acquaintance. So yeah, that's why I believe that we should understand the word networking and connection more, and be more careful in choosing our companion or our network. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your message, and congratulations. And now, please welcome our ninth contestant, Jung Mai Jam, on the virtual stage.
Hello.
Hi.
I would like to pick number 3.
We just have number 9 and 10 left.
Sorry, Willette, we have number 3 and 10 left.
Okay, 3 and 10. So,
I pick
okay,
three,
you
please.
go with number 3. I get it.
Yeah.
Now, here is your question. What would be the biggest challenge of your life in the next 5 years? Are you ready now?
Yes.
Off you go.
So, I am 17, a teenager who are not confronting the difficulties of life, but who are mature enough to understand what comes in the future has an influence in my life in the future. So, I have been through a journey of loss, of success, of failure, and I learned a lot of things from my life. And now I am confronting the door of a biggest change, college. Well, as a highly ambitious girl, I planned a lot for my future. Like, college will I choose, what kind of major, or what kind of companies or maybe job that I would do in the future. So 5 years may be a long journey to actually make all of my plans happen. And I believe that at this stage of life, many people feel it's a long way and it has many difficulties too. So in my 5 years, which means I have graduated from college, and then I will get a job like most people do. However, I choose to follow and continue my path after college, which I will get a bachelor degree, and I will keep studying for a master degree. Why? Because I think education is the most important thing in my life, and you maybe think that too, right? Because if I have knowledge, if I have the skills that I keep gaining and gaining from colleges, from life, that means I can build myself a strong sense of belongings to the society, a strong sense that I have to do something to contribute to it. So within 5 years, I will keep learning for myself, and then I will use all of the knowledge, all of the resources that I gain for myself to help the society, to make all of my dreams and all of the things that I haven't achieved come true. Thank you.
Thank you. And wish you best of luck on your journey to make your dreams come true. Last but not least, please welcome the last contestant to compete, Lương Thị Thanh Xuân.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, so I believe you'll have your question now.
Okay, number 10.
Here's your question. Why doesn't winning always equal success?
Oh, sorry, can I ask equal? What does it mean?
Equal is the same.
We
You
cannot
know?
ask any question, huh? We cannot say any question. So just go ahead and
Okay.
answer.
Okay. Thank you. And now I answer, right?
Yes, off you go now.
Good morning, everyone. And to me, like if you win a competition or contest, it's like just like you are good at that time, but not like in the future you will success. Taking my dad as an example, when he was a child, he doesn't study, he just have his family because his condition is really miserable compared to me now, and I'm really sad about that. But now in my eyes, he is a great businessman. In my eyes, and in everyone's eyes who worked with him, when he was a child, he didn't have any pride, any special pride in any contest. He don't like an outstanding person in his class. He just have his parents and then study, not have any pride. But now he's really good. He become a businessman, and he can take care of two two children, and he can take care of his wife. And all of my siblings are proud of him because he can do many new things. He can create many new things to have the future, to have the society, to create the work for some people who can't go to work. And he is only willing to help them and create many new things for society. And I say a truth that I'm really proud of him. And I hope that in the long-term future, he will always my great dad, and I love him so much. And thank you for your listening. And the last I want to say is wish all the contestants today success in the contest. And thank you for your listening. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your speech. And congratulations for your speech. You nailed it. Once again, congratulations to all of our 10 talented contestants on finishing your final round of the Greatest Orator. You all have delivered such spectacular speeches. And now it's time for the judges to discuss and mark your final speeches. Meanwhile, do you have anything to do in your summer? Or do you want to join a community that you can share and discuss about ideas? Let me show you something. It's the EIY TED Edu Club. This is the brand new club will coming soon. So, yeah, as I've said, this is the EIY TED Edu Student Talks Club. Who is the EIY TED Edu Club? This is a program that supports students in discovering, developing, and sharing your ideas in the form of TED-style talks. This is also a space for you to explore, to think critically, and discuss about ideas in TED videos or outside the controversial topics about our life right now. And this is a platform that helps you develop presentation literacy skills while connecting you to a global community. This is also a space for you to explore what your passions are and what your mission in this life. As a member, you can encourage new ideas and curiosity. You can provide a safe space to share your authentic self and perspectives. You are be open to giving and receiving constructive feedback. And you can build trust by considering the psychological safety of others. You can create a platform to ideate and build, break down barriers, foster deep connection, and sparks high-quality conversations. If you are proficient in English and you're 8, to 18 years old and you're passionate about public speaking, leadership, and communication, you are welcome to our club. In each exploration, which means in each meetings, you can think critically and discuss about ideas that past presented by each other and in TED Talks or TED lessons. You can develop and present ideas in the form of TED-style talks. You can take action inspired by those ideas that worth spreading. And you can join a global movement committed to spreading youth ideas. And this is what will you do? You can identify your passions by asking this question: what makes your heart beat faster? And then you can choose your idea. What is the big idea? And you can start talking. And this is the one sample meeting that you can look at. There are this name of it is Tell Us Who You Are, which is tell us about yourself. And we can prepare the exploration outcomes here. And the total suggested exploration time is about 60 minutes. And there are a lot of materials, and you can prepare for your speech and in TED style talks with our community. Our club will be held bi-monthly from August 16th, and our recruitment is from August 8th, which means today to August 16th is this week. Do you want to register and being a member? You can click on the link in the chat box, which I will be giving you now. So, if you want to join us, to just click on the link and register. Now it's time for you to have a 5-minute break. Then we'll meet the two guest speakers, Mr. Dave and Mr. Jason.
Yeah, just one more information here. And the registration fee is totally free for our members. So you can feel free to join us, and we even ask you for the schedule as well. You can click on your availability, and based on your availability, we will choose a timeline that suits our members to organize this EIY Tech Edu student talks. And if you have any question here, you can just ask Vunan because she's the lead for our club.
If you have any question, I will leave my Facebook link in the chat box.
Yeah.
So you can message me right away.
Right. Yeah, Tony, go ahead. You have question, right? Please add me my Facebook and Vunan Facebook so that we can add you to EIY Tech Edu Student Talks group, because we need to have a Facebook group in order to communicate between members. Tony, go ahead. Tony, you have question. Okay. If we don't have any other question, let's have a break time for 5 minutes. Vunan.
Hello, Tony. Hello, Tony. Okay, thank you, Tony.
Khi bạn quyết định mới, công nhận ngon nế cháy. Có một câu hỏi này.
Tôi nghĩ là chị có thể giúp thì chị đưa em offer 3 tỷ cho 40% và cái đó sẽ bao gồm tất cả những
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the show to continue. Please remain your attention to the main screen. Thank you for your cooperation and attention. Gen Z is a hot topic that we can all hear all over the place right now. I believe many of you here are pieces of this generation. Then how does public speaking relate to this? Let's welcome Mr. Dave M. Ross for his speech, Public Speaking in Gen Z. If during the speech you have any questions, leave your questions in the chat box.
Okay, I was just pretending like I was muted. I wasn't muted. But here's the thing. You are a generation who's never known a world that wasn't connected through the internet. Gen Z is a generation that can reach out and touch someone on the other side of the world just by clicking on the phone. Now, I won't say how old I am or how much older I am than Generation Z, but I remember when telephones were pretty mysterious, in that if you were to call a long distance, it sometimes was difficult, always expensive, and rarely done. Today, we are meeting virtually face to face, and it's the easiest thing that we can do because we do it every day. Personally, I have contacted people and talked to people in 4 different countries on 2 different continents just today. Throughout the week, I talk to people all over the world. I have friends, I mean deep, serious, personal friends who I've never met face to face. This is the world in which we live in. It is a world of wonders. When I was the age of most of you, I always wondered, would there ever be a time where I could see people flying in flying cars, or if we had astronauts living in space, or any of the things that are real now. It's a world of wonders. We've all suffered through the pandemic, and within less than a year, vaccines were developed. Previously, vaccines took years, decades, before they had anything effective. But it was a wonderful world. And as one of our speakers pointed out earlier, It's a world that is a very fragile world and one that may crumble before us. We've had fires and floods, and earthquakes, and some of it, though, naturally caused, but a lot of it caused by our own excesses of pollution, greed, violence, and war and destruction have caused countless lives and millions of people to become homeless. Thousands of dollars are wasted every year on meaningless things while millions starve. It's not such a wonderful world when you look at it that way. But what I believe, what I know is true, that within this generation, there are young people who will find a way to clean up our oceans, find a way to clean up our air, find a way to live in peace, and find a way to make things not just technologically wonderful, but wonderful to live in. And that is a huge challenge. To overcome those temporal desires of greed and come up with practical solutions for people to live together, prosper together, and not pollute and destroy their home, planet Earth. The challenge is to use the knowledge, the technology, and all the tools and wonderment that we have and find a way to make it work for all of us. Generation Z is a generation unlike any that has been in existence ever before. And the question is, what will the next one be like? What world will you leave for the next generation? My challenge, my hope, and my belief is it will be a much better world than you found. And the way you get there is through communication. If we do not speak, if we do not listen, we have no hope. I'm very impressed with the young people I've heard today. I'm very impressed with young people I've seen all over the world find ways to connect and communicate. And that's our secret. That's what will save us. That's what will make everything a better world. Madam Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Mr. Day, for those impressive messages. And public speaking is an important skill that we may use everywhere in any situation, especially in the workplace. How and why? Please welcome Mr. Jason with the topic Public Speaking Skills in the Workplace.
Hello again, everyone. And let me say that I am truly impressed by today's presentations and public speakers and the next generation of. Yes, can you hear me? There's some. Okay,
Yes.
good. Some delay. Okay, no, there's always some delays in the technical. And I've seen that you are all in the Gen Z as just our world champion for public speaking. Dave Ross had mentioned Gen Z. You're the next generation, and I'm sure that you're all eager, looking forward on what you can be and what you can contribute to the world after school, after you graduate, and when you finally face the real world in the workplace. And today, allow me to share a couple of things which I have learned personally coming from my age when I was still in my teens, much like you. in my younger days and how I was able to transition to where I am now through the use and help of public speaking and communication to influence others. Let me begin by quoting some words from Warren Buffett. You would know him to be one of the richest person in the world, and definitely he's one of the best investors out there. But he would say that his best investment was on stocks or any other financial or monetary investment, but it was the investment that he made for himself through a public speaking course. And that is something that I have also come to realize when I was in the earlier stages of my career. I was an engineer by education. And when I was in university, all of my peers and my classmates would just say, you just need to be very good at numbers. And maybe some of you plan to be like data scientists or coders or web designers in the future. And you might say, I just need the technical skills to be good at what I am. But that's part of the myth that we have faced. That I just need to be good as an engineer, as a data scientist. I just need to be good with those numbers. I really don't need to speak up. But the reality is, every job needs you to make reports and presentations. And I believe our CEO in EIY had mentioned this earlier. You would need to stand up in front of leaders, of teams, of individuals, so you'd be able to influence them. And how do you do that? You can do that, of course, through communication, through confidence in public speaking, especially now that we are in a global setting. I come from the Philippines, and I happen to be a leader of people across Southeast Asia, most of whom are seated in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. And definitely, regardless of the language barrier, communication is of utmost importance. Public speaking is your tool for influencing. You may not realize it right now, but eventually as you grow up in your career, in your professional life, you would realize that you need to go beyond just like an individual talent or an individual contributor. You need to step up and be a leader. And being a leader requires you to be able to inspire others. Inspire others towards a vision, to take action through individual motivation. And let me take a few minutes to dissect each one of these in the next slides. The first is on vision. Definitely, when you want to put out your vision, you need to be eloquent in what you want to happen. And of course, with the inputs of your teams, what do you want to happen? You need to be able to paint a future that they will buy into. For example, one of my favorite vision statements is from the Alzheimer's Association of USA, and it says, "A world without Alzheimer's." Or maybe, in our current situation, a world without COVID. Wouldn't you all want that kind of situation? It makes you aspire for something. And that is the vision, the type of the vision that we as leaders want others to buy into. A leader should be able to paint a clear vision for the team. And after you paint a clear vision, you would then need to be able to turn this into action. You might have to make sure that there's true clarity across the organization, across your teams. Otherwise, you might have a very good vision of what you want to happen, but your teams do not really understand what you want to happen. Much like this photo that you have in front of you, it's a beautiful house. Unfortunately, the people constructing it, did not have full clarity on what actions they needed to take. What happens? It's an upside down of what you wanted to happen. And this is where clarity of communication is very important. We need, as leaders, to be able to explain to each one of the members what their roles are in the process and what they need to do to be able to connect and work with each other to achieve the common goal. And then motivation. As leaders, we always say that we are a manager of teams below us. But that's just one part of the truth. We also have to motivate not only the people below us, but also our peers, our partners, our clients, and yes, even our boss. We need to be able to inspire them with our ideas and move them forward with the right words. And again, this is where communication is important. And not just being able to talk to them as a team, but talk to them as individuals. What's in it for me? They would always ask. And that is where public speaking is not just about talking to tenfold, a hundredfold, thousands of people. You will need to be able to connect one by one on one, because each person has their own motivation, their skill, their experience, and each person would have to ask that question that you would need to answer as a leader. And finally, let me just say, public speaking is indeed your best tool in influencing others. It's an investment and it pays off in the workplace and beyond. I'm really happy that I've seen you all invest in your public speaking and communication skills this early in your life, this early in your age, because it is an investment not just on yourself but for others as well. You would soon realize that yes, you have a story to tell and you need others to listen. But later, you would also realize that we need to build other leaders, other communicators, other public speakers. And I hope, and my challenge for you is that this investment on yourself to be better communicators does not end here. Keep improving yourself so that you can then inspire others to be also becoming better speakers, better communicators, and better leaders. Our society, our world needs better communicators and better leaders this time and in the future. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Sinkaman.
Thank you, Mr. Jason, for your message to be best communicators and better leaders in the future. And now, please return all of your attention to the main screen. This is the part that you all have waited for. Result announcement. Please welcome back Ms. Langan to announce the results of the final round.
Yeah, thank you so much, Wanan, for introducing me. This is a moment that we have been waiting for, everyone. Are you excited to know the result? Yes, for sure. Yeah, very excited, right? We are going to announce the consolidation prize first. And then we're gonna come to the third prize, the second prize, and the first prize. The consolidation. We're gonna have the top three consolidations. Can we go back to that slide, please? That is, I would like to congratulate Hà Duy, Nam Hưng, and Kim Linh Đan will be in our consolidation slide as prize. Please give them a big applause. Great, Nam Hưng, Hà Duy, and Linh Đan. And Nam Hưng, Hà Duy, and Linh Đan, would you like to say something? And what is your opinion toward this prize, consolation prize? How do you feel now? You can unmute and share. Nam Hưng, Hà Duy, and Linh Đan. Nam Hưng ơi.
I think it's good I guess.
Yeah, you know that you are the youngest one. You are very brave. I like your speech so much.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you deserve it, huh? I like it so much. Then, please go ahead.
So today I'm pretty proud of myself that I get to deserve the scholarship from EIY courses certificate. Yes, and thank you very much.
Yeah, good, Linh Đề. And how about Duy?
I'm sorry, what is a consolation prize?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, great. Now let's come to the most favorite speaker we're gonna have is me. Have some music now so that people can feel more excited. Quỳnh Anh and Uyên, please hold. Okay, and now let's come to the top three. Who would be the top three now? Very, very exciting moment that we are waiting for. The third prize is congratulations to my Trâm. Let's have some music. Yeah, great. That is my Trâm. Congratulations, my Trâm, for receiving the
Thank
third prize from
you.
EIY National Public Speaking Contest. My Trâm, would you like to say something?
Well, yes. Okay, so actually, I have been knowing AIY for a very long time, like 3 years ago, when you haven't been on Shark Tank yet. So I have always had my passion for public speaking. Like I joined English clubs at school, and I even majored in English at my high school. And to find out this competition, to find out this contest is such an amazing opportunity for me to meet such amazing people like you guys. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving me this chance.
Okay, my turn. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Chin Chin. We introduce the second prize. Mr. Chin Chin, please unmute and
Yes,
announce our
yes,
second
yes.
prize. Yeah,
I was
the
checking
second.
the chat. Okay. Yes, go ahead. So the second prize for today's contest, best orator, and congratulations to. Okay, you've shown it, Kung Mai. Congratulations, Kung Mai.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and now let's listen to Kumai's speeches. What do you think, Kumai?
Oh, so like when Wonan asked me like what I'm feeling in front of like before I'm doing the speech, you know, I'm saying that I'm excited, but actually I'm shaking right now because of nervous. Like so happy to receive the prize, and I will like try my best with my public speaking skill in the future.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Keep learning and practicing, like. And finally, we're gonna have Mr. Dave. He's gonna announce the champion of EIY National Public Speaking Contest. Please, Mr. Dave. Mr. Dave. That is the moment that we've been waiting for. Who's gonna be the champion? Mr. Dave just wants to create more curiosity for us. Still can you? Hello? Selena. You can say something instead. Okay. Now let's welcome the champion of EIY National Public Speaking Contest is going to Nepal. Congratulations!
Wow, thank you very much. Like, to be honest, this is the first time I tried out public speaking. So maybe I was scared that my style, because before that I only do debates. So I was scared that yeah, I'm very thankful for having given me this great opportunity to enhance my public speaking skills. And yeah, thank you for giving me this prize.
Very awesome, bro. And then I turn the handle back to you.
Once again, congratulations to our top 10 speakers that have gone through 3 tough rounds. All of you are good speakers. I wish you all best of luck and courage to continue practicing and learning to be the best future speakers and the best future leaders. It's the end of our competition. Thank you all of your judges, guest speakers, parents, and contestants for paying your precious time to join the greatest orator this year. I hope that our contestants had an enjoyable time and earned worthless experiences. See you at EIY's next events.
Shall we have a group photo before we finish?
Sure.
Okay, now let's turn off the slide and then we have a group photo. And then can you do that, you know?
Wait.
Okay, we'll do some weird moment.
Okay.
Okay, let's cheese, say cheese, and do weird.
Please, like, I doesn't count, so I can take.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we got our picture.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Dave
you.
and Mr. Jason joining us.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah. And our contestants, you did very well. See you, huh?
Thank you so much.